This is Cameron. You've probably recognized him from some other courses around Udacity.
Hey everybody, it's good to see you.
So Cameron, we've been working through stuff with frameworks.
Yes, frameworks are awesome. No, I love frameworks. They're so much fun. You get to build your app and just think about the logic of your app without worrying about all the nuances that go into making your app work at the lower levels.
That's right. And frameworks, the developers have already created a bunch of different, components that you can just stick together, and so you don't actually have to worry about any of that complexity at all.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Like, for instance, templating, right? Usually there's some kind of HTML that you want to display over and over or display differently in different situations. And so with templating, you can just define that once, say what kind of information you want to go inside that template, and then when that data changes on your app, the template automatically changes, and it looks great. It's easy. You don't have to think about it. So at the end of the day, your workflow is so much faster and more efficient.
That's right. And another thing is that they also handle events. So you don't actually have to worry about add event listener or managing state with the DOM. Frameworks just...
That's awesome. That's great. Yeah, there's so much you don't have to worry about because you have like the best developers in the world usually working on these things. Maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration, but they're really good and they know what they're doing. And so you are not really building this app by yourself. You're building on top of their expertise, which means that your app is going to be more performant and there's a lot that you just don't have to do, which is great.
That is great. Yeah, less work is better.
Definitely. The best code, or the code that has the least chance of being a bug is the code that you don't write.
Exactly.
There's probably a better way of saying that, but you get the idea.
Exactly, yeah. Okay, so we're looking at Angular and Ember and some other frameworks in this course. But each framework is different, and each one provides its own set of benefits and detractions. So there are lots of different things you need to keep in mind as you're looking for a framework.
Yeah, everyone is slightly different. They all have their own different philosophy. They all have their way of doing things. And they all also have different features. Usually sets of features are fairly similar, but there can be some differences. So it's definitely worth experimenting with different frameworks to see which one you like more. And then when it comes time to build your project, it's worth thinking about what's going to go into it so you can make the best decision about which framework best fits your needs. Sometimes there's not necessarily a best framework. It's just what you're most comfortable with and what you think you can move the fastest with.
Right.